It seems like all people from Jersey do is hump and punch each other.
Why do they call Wednesday Hump Day?
This is gonna be fun.
It's almost impossible for any politician to bring the country together, as Donald Trump says he's going to do.
How do each of you feel that we can bring the country back together?
The best way to go about unifying these humans and all of us together is to just be respectful and ask why.
Do you have any ethical qualms regarding human experimentation?
It's one of the few forms of interaction with people that I don't find repellent.
Human interaction mode activated. Initiate conversation.
If you say that someone can say X but they can't say Y, that is censorship.
I feel like the conversation we've been having in the last 5 minutes is a lot more interesting than they're talking about on the radio.
I don't believe that.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. Get ready to boldly go beyond Star Trek Discovery. Producers announced that more Star Trek shows are being developed, including a series that might bring back Patrick Stewart as Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Make it so. Yesterday on CNN, Congressional Catholic priest Father James Martin talked about the Trump administration separating families at the border.
So you see this as, quote, pure evil, is that right?
Yeah, I don't see how you could draw any other conclusion, right? I mean, it's causing incredible misery. It is unnecessary. This executive order that was put in is unnecessary. It's tearing kids from their parents, and it's just cruel. So I don't see how you could come to any other conclusion than this is an evil, and it is causing great misery.
As you know, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, he also at one point said he's upholding this part of the law as the Bible commands, and the Press Secretary Sarah Sanders echoed that. What would you say to them?
Yeah, they're quoting Romans 13, which says that Christians should follow civic authorities. The problem is that God's law, St. Paul would agree with this, supersedes unjust laws. And, Jesus himself, a greater authority than Paul, says that, if you don't welcome the stranger, you don't welcome me. So, frankly, using the Bible to justify sin and cruelty, and what Amnesty International now says is torture of children, I think is really obscene.
Summertime in the workplace, it's so slow. Half the staff is out on vacation, including the boss, all having a good time, and they've left you with all the work. Well, now you can relax, kick back, and take it easy with the new inflatable office mate. Go to our website to find the one that looks kind of like you. Inflate it to your size, then dress it up in your clothes. Put it in your cubicle and off you go, enjoying long lunches, cocktails with friends. Who cares? You're covered, because if anyone stops by your office, your inflatable lookalike has a built-in motion detector that chases them off with phrases like these.
You may want to close that door. I had a bad burrito for lunch. I'm looking for somebody to stay late today and help with that computer glitch.
And yes, ladies, there are versions made for you that say things like,
My boyfriend broke up with me. Do you have time for the story? Oh, I'm getting cramps.
inflatable office mate, because having to work while everyone else is on vacation blows.
Yes, the outrage continues as the Trump administration is separating immigrant kids from their parents. Experts say there's an easy fix to this problem. It's called the midterm elections. A lot of people are upset about this. Even Melania Trump came out against her husband. Her office released a statement that said, Mrs. Trump hates to see children separated from their families. It went on to say, however, Mrs. Trump is totally okay with wives being separated from their husbands. World Cup players are being attacked by swarms of flies during matches. And of course, in soccer, you aren't allowed to swat them away with your hands. You can only use your feet. Employees found live mice inside a Wendy's hamburger bun package. That's weird. Usually, the mice are used as a base for their chili. At a circus in Russia, a bear jumped off a skateboard it was riding and attacked the circus crew. You know, I'll bet filling that bear full of vodka before the show doesn't seem like such a funny idea now, does it? Amazon has launched a version of Alexa for hotels. I can hear it now. Alexa, what does a bed bug look like? When police in Florida pulled over a man on suspicion of drunk driving, the dude began chugging a can of beer. I'll outsmart them, he said. I'll swallow all the evidence. In Germany, a couple got married while dangling below a motorcycle that was atop a high wire 50 feet off the ground. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate metaphor for married life, all right. The fire department had to be called in Finland after a man tried to get rid of a snake in his yard by spraying it with gasoline. The mist from the spray drifted to a warm lawnmower and ignited. That blaze then spread throughout the yard and set fire to his house. Well, I guess that's one way to make sure that your wife never asks you to do anything around the house again. Time for Nobody Gives a F***. An Ohio man was arrested after attacking his roommate with a rolling pin. I find it amazing that two male roommates actually owned a rolling pin. Hey, pastry boys, nobody gives a f***. Facebook has launched a game shows platform with interactive video. So now you can play new games like Who Bought My Personal Data? Hey Zuckerberg, you punk. Nobody gives a f***. And an IBM computer using artificial intelligence held its own against two human debate experts in a contest. Despite its success, it'll never replace humans because it only uses facts and doesn't call anyone derogatory names. Hey, IBM, nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live, starring Frank D'Angelo. Tuesdays and Thursdays, NSS Live.